Welcome to the Great Summer Lock-In. For the next 75 days, I'm going to be working towards becoming the best version of myself. So I'm currently on a weight loss journey. I'm aiming to lose 50 pounds by the end of the year, and I'll admit, I have not been sticking to my healthy habits as of late. I've actually gained a few pounds back. I'm currently at 199 pounds, and my goal is to be in the 150s by the end of the year. We have ways to go before we hit that goal. So this summer, I'm locking in. This is basically my own version of the 75 hard or the 75 soft challenge. I wanted the structure of a challenge, but I didn't want to have the rigidity of the rules. My goal is to create a lifestyle, and while those challenges can be great for some people, I knew that for me it would not be sustainable, and so I decided to create my own. So here are the rules. Number one, I want to eat in a way that supports my body. That means I want to eat clean at least 80% of the time. I want to follow the 80-20 rule because I want to still be able to treat myself every once in a while, but I want to be able to enjoy those treats intentionally without guilt. That also means prioritizing protein, fiber, and whole foods. And finally, I want to eat until I feel satisfied, not stuffed. In the past, I have had moments where I ate even though I wasn't hungry, and we don't want to do that anymore. Number two, I want to drink at least 2 of these a day. We're bringing back the 80 ounces of water goal because honestly, this is when I'm feeling my best. I can still drink other things if I want to have soda, an energy drink, or water with electrolytes. That's fine, but they don't count towards my water goal. I just want to become the most hydrated version of myself this summer. Number three, I want to move my body intentionally every day. It doesn't matter what type of workout I'm doing. It could be going for a walk, going to the gym, doing an at-home workout, but I want to make sure that I'm taking the time to move my body every day. And the length of the workout doesn't matter. It can be 5 minutes, it can be 45, but I want to make sure that I am intentionally moving my body. Number four, I want to do something for myself after work every day that does not involve screens. I spend my entire days staring at a screen, and I don't want to be adding even more screen time at the end of my work day. So I can go for a walk, I can do some self-care, I can put on a face mask, I can go out with friends, I can call someone, but I want to make sure that I am taking the time to be intentional and just take care of myself mentally by doing something that does not revolve around a screen. So no crashing in front of Netflix for no reason whatsoever and just disconnecting from the world. I can still watch Netflix if I want to, but it has to be intentional. I just don't want to be spending my whole evening in front of a TV. Number five, I want to go to bed at 10 p.m. on work nights. I want to prioritize sleep this summer. And since I've started this new job, I'll admit sleep has been a little bit more difficult for me. I don't quite have my sleeping routine figured out, but I know that 10 p.m. is my cutoff time. I can go to bed earlier if I want to, but on weeknights, I want to make sure that I'm going to bed early to make it easier for me to wake up the next day. I also want to make sure that I'm not doom scrolling in bed, and I'm actually going to try to put my phone away 30 minutes before bed. Number six, I want to wake up at maximum 6 a.m. on work days. I work in office, and I need to make sure that I am getting enough time for myself in the morning. So 6 a.m. is my current wake up time. It is the maximum that I will allow myself to wake up. If I want to wake up earlier, that's even better, but 6 a.m. is the cutoff time. Now, I also want to make sure that I am not spending time on my phone in the morning because I have the very bad habit of picking up my phone first thing in the morning. While I don't think I can completely eradicate that habit just yet, I am going to give myself a cutoff of 10 minutes in bed with my phone in the morning. I will say I will allow myself a little bit of flexibility in terms of the wake up time on days where I'm here in my apartment. So I work from home on Fridays, and so I will allow myself to wake up a little bit later. And same thing on the weekend. I don't necessarily have to wake up at 6 a.m. If I can wake up early, that's great because I feel like I just have more time during the day. But if not, that's okay. This habit is mostly for my work days. Number seven, I want to make sure that I am taking some time to reset every weekend. So once a week, we'll have our weekly reset that includes doing laundry, tidying up my apartment, planning my outfits, and meal prepping and planning. Those are non-negotiable things that just set me up for success for the next week. So I need to make sure that I am prioritizing them. Number eight, I want to focus on growing my social media. That doesn't necessarily mean that I have any numerical goals that I am striving for. That said, I want to make sure that I'm becoming more consistent on social media because I love it. It's truly something that I'm passionate about, and I want to make sure that I'm giving myself the time and space that I need to create. So I'm going to try to commit to 1 weekly upload as well as experimenting on other platforms. The goal with that is to become more consistent overall with my uploads. I have been very sporadic over the last couple of weeks, but this is something that I honestly just love connecting with you guys, whether that's on YouTube itself or on other social media platforms like Instagram. So I would also like to try to experiment either with other formats or other platforms. So that could mean creating some YouTube shorts or even short form content that I'll be sharing on Instagram or TikTok, or just experimenting with those other platforms. I know Instagram has stories and carousels and whatnot. So I just want to make sure that I am having fun with social media because this is truly something that I enjoy doing. Oh, and I almost forgot rule number 9. I want to read daily. It doesn't matter how many pages I read or how many chapters. I just want to pick up a book every day. I also will be putting myself on a book buying ban for the foreseeable future. future. So either until I've caught up to my physical TBR or until I finish this challenge. I'm currently at 90 books unread on my shelves, and I want to make sure that I am reading what I own before buying anything else. The only exception to that rule is for series. So if I have a series that I'm currently in the middle of and that I own physically and I want to pick up the next book, then I'm allowed to buy it. Otherwise, we have to wait until the challenge is over. So now that we have our game plan, let's lock in.
I'm the office administrator.
Here's everything that I'm bringing to my parents for the next few days. First, we have some chicken salad and some sourdough. This is going to be my dinner tonight. I have some grape tomatoes, some Diet Coke, of course, some Premier protein shakes, some Ilanis. I have some hummus cups and some guac. I'm also bringing these Canada Dry strawberry lemonade ginger ale. I have my meal prep, of course. So here we have taco bowls. We have sesame noodles here and my lunch from today. So this is basically fried rice and fried chicken that I made at home. I'm also bringing these mini bars that I got at Costco. I'm bringing the whole box, but we have Cinnamon Toast Crunch and Lucky Charms for a sweet treat. Greek yogurt cups, some pre-washed grapes, baby cucumbers, these harvest snaps, these pretzels to eat with the hummus, and some liquid IV. So we have the white peach flavor, the mango pineapple flavor, and the popsicle flavor. All right, so it's time for me to leave. It's about 4 p.m. Usually I would leave a little bit earlier than that, probably an hour or so earlier, but I was in the middle of editing a video and I really wanted to make as much progress as possible before leaving. And also, I'm going to be having dinner by myself tonight anyway. My parents aren't home, so I just thought might as well just give myself a little bit more editing time before leaving. But now I can't delay it any longer. So let's go. For dinner, I made myself a bit of a girl dinner situation. So we have some sourdough with some chicken salad on top, a baby cucumber, pretzels, some hummus, and I also cracked open a Diet Coke because I'm feeling the beginning of a headache and I'm not sure why, but it is getting worse. So I took some Advil. I also had a liquid IV in the car, and I'm also making my way through my second water of the day. So I am pacing myself well on that front. Hopefully that will help. Workout complete. I'm back from my walk, so now the only tasks that are left on my list for today are reading my book and finishing my second water. And then just like that, we'll be done with day 1 of the Great Summer Lock-In. Good morning. Today is definitely an Ilani kind of morning because it was so tough to get up in the morning. I still woke up at 6 and I still got out of bed at 6:10 after having scrolled for 10 minutes on my phone. But let's just say that I did not want to go into the office today. It's not that I don't love this new job. It's just that getting up this early is definitely tough on me, but it's day 2. So there's still lots to learn and we'll eventually be able to be a morning person. I just got back from a walk with my mom, so now my intentional movement of the day is done. I have 3 more tasks on my list for today in order to complete the challenge. So number 1, I need to read. Number 2, I need to finish my water. I'm currently on water number 2. Theoretically, I only have to drink half of this one because I drank 20 ounces on top of one of these. So I only have another 20 ounces to drink in order to complete my water for today. And then 3, I need to do something for myself after work that does not involve a screen. For that part, I think I'm actually going to combine the things that I've already done tonight or that I'm going to be doing, which is walking and reading as my screenless activity for today. It may not be the most exciting, but it still achieves what I wanted to do, which is not stare at a screen all night and do something that makes me feel good and helps with my mental health. So honestly, it's perfect. So now I think I'm just going to curl up in bed and read. I'm currently reading Common Goal by Rachel Reed, and I am currently on page 180. So I think I could probably finish this tonight, honestly. It's not that long of a book and it's super easy to read. So I feel like I might be able to just binge this. So that might be what we end up doing. Otherwise, I'll just try to make as much of a dent in this as I can. And then eventually I'll just take a shower and go to bed. But for now, it sounds like the perfect way to unwind. I just got off work, so now I'm about to head home. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not sure exactly what our game plan is going to be for this evening. I know I need to get some kind of movement in. I just don't know exactly what form it's going to take. It could be an outdoor walk again, but it's kind of cold, kind of gloomy, so I don't know if that's the vibe that I'm feeling tonight, or if I want to do maybe something indoors, or maybe just some stretching because I'm feeling a little bloated today. I'm not exactly sure why. Could be my lunch. I honestly don't know. I feel like I've been drinking my water and everything. I finished water number 1. I'm currently making my way through water number 2, and I even had a liquid IV today, but I'm not counting that towards my water goal. So I don't really know why I'm feeling the beginning of a headache and a little bit bloated because my period's over. So yeah, I'm not feeling top shape. It could just be that I was feeling very hyper stimulated this afternoon. So it could just be that I need a break and the movement is going to help. I just finished water number 2, and now time to read. I just got back from work, so I figured it would be the perfect time for me to give you guys a little bit of an update as to how I'm doing with the challenge so far. I know I haven't been vlogging as much as I would have wanted to. I'll admit, I'm still adjusting to this whole vlogging thing, especially with being back in the 9-to-5 life, and even more so with the fact that I'm spending 4 days out of the week at my parents'. I just find that I struggle to find the time to give you guys proper updates, and also I feel like my angles are getting a little bit repetitive. I'm sorry, I'm a little limited, but I will try my best to make this as interesting as I can and continue to vlog my days and show you guys how and what I am doing. As for today, day 4 of the challenge. So I did wake up at 6 a.m. as usual. I almost scrolled for past 10 minutes, but after 10 minutes I told myself, no, you have to get up, and I did it. So thankfully I am starting to get into the habit of putting down my phone after I wake up. Like, I will scroll a little bit, but I am giving myself a hard cutoff. Yes, there are days that are a little bit more of a challenge, but it's a good thing. I need to really get into the habit of not looking at my phone at all as soon as I wake up. So this 10-minute cutoff so far has been working. Now, as for the rest of the tasks, I've already drank my 80 ounces of water for today. I typically don't drink as much water as I did today, but I'm glad to already be done with that. So I will continue to sip throughout the evening, but for the most part, that part is done and taken care of. Now, for the movement part, I will admit tonight is a little bit of a struggle because it's raining. And so usually I would go for an outdoor walk. This is what I've been doing so far. It's been a great outlet for me, something that I've been looking forward to every day. But tonight, I'm not sure it's actually going to be the vibe. So I might end up going for something different. I'm not sure yet. I was thinking maybe I could do a stretching moment. I feel a little bit, I don't know, tight in my legs because I'm sitting all the time. So that could be nice to just stretch my legs for a bit and do something kind of like a yoga session, but not necessarily yoga itself. So we'll have to look into that. Now, for the doing something for myself after work that does not involve a screen, so far I've been resorting to reading. One thing that I'm noticing is that I did not bring any hobbies with me. So usually I would want to maybe color or do like a puzzle or something. I don't have any of those things here. So definitely next week, I want to make sure that I'm prepared and bring those things. Because yesterday, for instance, I ended up watching the playoffs with my mom, which is not necessarily something screenless, but I wasn't necessarily on my phone. So it's fine. And I ended up reading and doing the other things that don't involve a screen. So I'm still okay in terms of the challenge. But where I was going with this is I kind of wanted to color. I was in the mood to color and I didn't have my coloring tools. So I definitely will need to start bringing those to just maybe keep a couple of things here and a couple of things at my apartment so that I always have access to the things that might entertain me. So this is definitely something that I need to remember to bring next week. Now, I've also been going to bed at 10 p.m. every night. This is once again the plan for tonight. And I usually try to put my phone down at 9:30 at the latest. I put it on the charger on Do Not Disturb so that I'm not tempted to look at it before going to bed. And instead, I've been reading, which I have been really enjoying. And this is definitely a habit that I want to keep moving forward. So we're definitely going to be doing that again tonight. I will admit that I'm not loving my current read as much as I thought I would. I'm enjoying it still. It's just not as good as I wanted it to be. So it's a little unfortunate. I'm kind of in the mood for a silly little rom-com, you know? I want to read something fun, lighthearted, maybe a little spicy. But for now, I'm still making my way through Common Goal. And I think I might be able to finish it tonight. I feel like this is the third night in a row where I say this. But I think I only have about 50, maybe max 100 pages left to read. So I feel like I could definitely just make a dent in this tonight if I really dedicate myself to it, especially since I'm not doing anything else really. So that might end up being the priority. I'll try to give myself at least an hour of reading time tonight. Yesterday, I ended up only reading a chapter because I was watching the playoffs. But tonight, I think I want to take more time to dedicate to reading. So that's what we're going to be doing. So now, it's almost 6 p.m. I think I'm going to go make myself some dinner. I'm having dinner by myself tonight because my mom is not here. I did have some meals that I had prepped for lunch and I have an extra one that I could use as a dinner. So I could use one of those. But to be honest, I'm kind of feeling lazy. So I might end up doing kind of another girl dinner situation. That was a quick little session, but you know what? We still did it. We still showed up. And that's the whole reasoning behind this challenge. I don't want to be forcing myself to do a workout for a certain amount of time or even to burn a certain amount of calories. I just want to move my body in a way that feels good and that is intentional. That's the whole point. And so even if I only did 10 minutes today, past me would have just sat on my ass and not done a single thing. So it's better than nothing. And I think it's perfect for those days where I'm feeling low energy or when I don't really have the time to fit in a full workout. That was so quick, so easy, and just the perfect way to unwind, especially after a long day of sitting down and being at the office. I feel like that was a perfect way to settle in into my evening routine. So I'm really glad that I did that. I think next time I may want to try to find maybe a longer session because that one was really nice and the flow was great, but I think I could have gone for maybe 5 or maybe even 10 minutes longer. So I guess we'll have to find maybe more routines that I can do that make me feel good and allow me to stretch my body. But this was perfect, honestly. Oh God,
I love Ilya Rozanov. Oh my god.
Feels good to be back. It's 8 o'clock. I just got home. I put everything away, but I did not unpack yet. And now I still have my reading, my water, and my intentional movement for the day to do in order to complete the challenge. So we're going to start with the movement portion. I think I'm going to keep it simple tonight, and we're going to repeat the stretching routine that I did yesterday. Is it the greatest workout? Probably not. But after driving for about an hour and a half, I just feel a little bit like I need to stretch my legs a bit. So that's going to be perfect. And also, it's just going to get the job done. And that's what we are aiming to do. Workout is done. God, it's such a mess in here. I'm definitely looking forward to cleaning this up this weekend. Anyway, it's time for me to select my next read. First, I wanted to give you guys a final reading update on Common Goal by Rachel Reed. So I finished reading this last night, and so now I have to pick up something new. But to talk about this one, I'm giving this a 3.5 out of 5 stars. I think in the Game Changer series so far, it's probably my least favorite. And it's not because the book wasn't good. It's mostly because I'm realizing that I don't think the age gap trope is for me. I have read a couple of books with this trope, and every time I feel like the only conflict between our two protagonists is the age difference. And I understand why that could be an issue in some cases, but in this one, I felt like they were just making it up. Meaning, it was very clear that our two main characters were meant to be together, but for some reason, they had some kind of preconceived notion that they couldn't be together, and the conflict became kind of repetitive and a little bit annoying. Also, there's not a lot that happens in this book specifically. I feel like it's very much a physical relationship that the two of them get to explore, but I wanted a little bit more of the emotional side of things, which I'm used to getting from Rachel Reed. So this is my least favorite so far, but it was still very solid. I love how interconnected this one felt with the rest of the series. I mean, I should have expected it because it is featuring one of the side characters from the first book, and there are so many mentions of previous characters, like especially Scott and Kip, and then there's a few mentions of Ilya and Shane, and it just makes it very fun. And I love a good interconnected standalone series, and this one really did that. So enjoyed it, but not my favorite in the series, unfortunately. So let me find a space for it on my shelves. Good God. It's such a mess. Perfect. So theoretically, I could read book 5. I have this in my bag, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm not really feeling it. I think I want to take a break. I have two options in mind, like two vibes that I'm kind of feeling. Vibe number 1 is a little out there. I don't know if I should commit or not because it's a big commitment. I'm kind of feeling like we're reading The Mortal Instruments. Listen, the next book in the Shadowhunter Chronicles universe is coming out this fall. I'm very behind on this whole series. I think the last series that I read is actually this one. So we have Lady Midnight, Lord of Shadows, and Queen of Air and Darkness, so the Dark Artifices, or is it Artifices? I never know. Anyway, that's the last series that I've read, and I have yet to cut up with the rest of Cassandra Clare's work, and so I know that I have quite a bit to catch up to in order to be ready for the next installment. That said, I've been kind of feeling a whole reread of this series because it's been so long since I picked these books up. Basically, I grew up with them. I read the first book, I believe I was maybe 15 or so. So it's been 15 years of me reading the series and being excited for each new release. And I've been seeing a lot of people dive into the series for the first time, like this whole universe. Because of that, I have been wanting to reread. So this could be an option. That being said, this is a reread. So I don't know how much of a priority it should be, but I know it would lead to me eventually reading new things. But for now, it would be more of a reread. So I don't know if I'm in the mood for a reread. Otherwise, I kind of want to do maybe a rom-com. I have a few options on my shelves. Let me see. So one that I'm feeling could be a good option is One Golden Summer by Carly Fortune. Everyone was raving about this one last year, but I didn't get around to it. Now, I also have Just for the Summer by Javi Jimenez that I've also been wanting to read. I think this book came out like 2 years ago, and every summer I'm like, I'm gonna keep it for the summer. I'm gonna read it, and I never really managed to do that. So I think this could be another good pick. I've really enjoyed the rest of the series so far, so this is one that could be good. If we're doing something more spring-like, I feel like maybe those two could be good options. So we have Ready or Not by Cara Bastone. I've heard incredible things about this one. And then In Your Dreams by Sarah Adams. So this is the fourth and I believe final book in this interconnected standalone series. I really enjoyed all of the books in the series. There's one of these that's actually one of my all-time favorite, and like it made me cry and bawl my eyes out. So I could read this. I also really love the cover, and typically those are really quick and easy reads. I don't know. I am feeling a little bit all over the place. If I'm being completely honest with you, I'm thinking this one. I think Sarah Adams might be the pick for me. It would also be the conclusion to a series, which I don't hate. I really want to keep those for when it starts to get really warm and summery outside. So maybe this weekend I'll pick one of these up. But I am in the mood for something kind of spring-like, and I feel like this could be good. It's been on my shelves for like a couple of months now, so I feel like this could be a really solid read. Hi, happy Friday. So I got off work about 2 hours ago. It's currently 2:30 and I get Friday afternoons off from work. And so this afternoon we are free to do whatever we want. I like to use Friday afternoons to really relax and just really reward myself for getting through the week. But I don't just want to waste my days away. So I made a list of everything that I want to get done this weekend. The list is long, but that's because I have a 4-day weekend if you include today. Otherwise, it's a 3-day weekend. But anyway, I have a long list of things that I want to get done. I don't think I'll be going through every single thing today. I kind of want to take it chill, but I would like to get started with a few tasks on the list, like laundry, maybe tidying up a little bit. I do have to unpack from yesterday, and yeah, maybe just doing a couple of things around my apartment to make myself feel better and start the weekend on the right foot. So I cracked open an Alani. I have my favorite flavor, which is pink slush. I kind of needed the motivation this afternoon, and I'm going to try to have a little bit of a productive session. I kind of want to do my intentional movement probably sometime this afternoon. I was thinking of going for an outdoor walk because it's really nice out. It was really gray and kind of cloudy this morning, but it's getting lighter and warmer, so I think this could be a good opportunity. Otherwise, I could also do a workout from home. I've been kind of feeling maybe like doing a Get Fit with Rick workout, which I haven't done in ages, and I know he has a few new ones that I had yet to catch up on, so I could also maybe get tempted by that. I guess we'll see. And then for the reading portion, I think I'll reward myself with reading after I'm done with my first round of chores.
Welcome to today's 5,000 step Michael Jackson walking workout.
Yep, it's happening. I just finished water number 2, so that means that I'm officially done with my tasks for today. I think for the rest of the evening, I'm just gonna be binging City of Bones because honestly, I've been having a blast. It's so fun. I'm so glad that I decided to pick this book up. I think I'm just gonna read until I decide that I'm tired and want to go to bed. I don't have a bedtime tonight because it's the weekend, and so I can just enjoy, relax, and do what I want. Good morning. I just got back from an hour-long outdoor walk and I feel so good. I woke up at 6:30 this morning naturally, and then I went for an outdoor walk first thing in the morning, and I just love this feeling. Honestly, this is what the Great Summer Lock-In is all about because I just love feeling like I'm on top of the world. I feel super productive. I feel like a girl boss, honestly. I love this feeling, and this is what I want to embody moving forward. So I'm very excited for this challenge. Now, I did stop by the grocery store on my way back because I needed a couple of things. Nothing too crazy, but I wanted to get a few things for my meal prep this week and also just a few items that I was kind of in the mood for. So let me share with you quickly what I got. First, I have some frozen green beans. and some shredded chicken for a meal prep recipe that I want to try. I also got some mango sorbet. I was in the mood for this. I don't know how to explain it. I think the nice weather, it's super warm too. I feel like it's summer, and because of that, I've been wanting something fresh, and this is exactly what I've been in the mood for. Got some butter, some chicken burgers. You guys know this is one of my favorite go-to meals that are super easy and quick, and in the summer specifically, I feel like these are gonna be such great options for when I'm home. I also have a restock of eggs, some pita chips, some oatmeal chocolate chip cookies. Now listen, could I have made these at home? Probably. Are these the healthiest? Possibly not, but I was kind of in the mood for them, and also this is why I want to have a balanced lifestyle, diet, whatever you want to call it, because sometimes things like that call out to me and I want to be able to enjoy them without feeling guilty about it. So this is going to be my treat for today and the next couple of days, because these cookies are massive, and also I have like a few of them, so I'm not going to eat all of this in one day, don't worry. I got some pineapple. I was honestly craving this on my walk. Got some raspberries for oatmeal and just breakfast in general. I got some cashews as well as some almonds. These are the honey roasted. They're so good. I want to try this week bringing an apple with some kind of nuts at the office for my snack. Talking about apples, I got some ambrosia apples. I was looking for Fuji or Crisp, and both grocery store that I went to did not have them in stock. So I went for ambrosia. I've never had those, so I'm curious to see if I'm gonna like these. Got some baby carrots, and finally I have some orange crush. Now listen, I am nothing if not influenceable, and I saw someone parked right next to me in my parking lot that had an orange crush can in their car, and I was like, you know what I'm craving now? Orange crush. So I got the mini options. These are great for when I just want to have a sweet little treat, and I like the minis because I don't have to commit to like a full size thing. So this is everything that I got. Now I'm gonna put everything away, and next I need to get some editing done. I'm really behind on all things editing, so I need to finish last week's vlog first, and then we can maybe get started on this week's. We'll see. I really want to get some reading done. I've been loving my read of City of Bones, so I think I kind of want to treat myself to something nice and cozy this afternoon. But I also want to get some things done off of my to-do list for the weekend, so I'll try to find a balance between the two. When I tell you these cookies are massive, I meant it. So I think I'm gonna have maybe half of it with some pineapple as a little snack.
No one's listening to me. I'm running out of time.
So the day has kind of taken an unexpected turn. I've been feeling, let's just say, not great. After my walk this morning, I started to feel very bloated and I was getting cramps. It just got progressively worse over the course of the day. And this evening, I kid you not, like I'm so uncomfortable. I can barely walk. I tried putting a heating pad on my stomach and even on my lower back, but it's just so uncomfortable. If you remember, in February, I went through something similar and I was kind of trying to see if there's a common denominator here. And I'm noticing a pattern. Usually after my period, these things happen. So I'm thinking that maybe during my period and just my cycle in general is affecting my digestion. So I need to be a little bit more careful. And then two, I had this protein pasta both times. And I think it could be what is not agreeing with me, because right after I had the pasta, I was feeling bloated and crampy. And then a couple of days later, it's like my body is just completely unable to digest it. So I think that paired with the fact that maybe I had more artificial protein, like for instance, this week I had those protein pancakes every single day. Well, maybe those things combined is making it difficult for me to process foods, I guess. So let's just say that I have not been loving this, but I'm still on track when it comes to the challenge. The only thing I have left to do today is my water. I have about, I want to say like a quarter of this left to drink before I complete the challenge for today. I know theoretically, according to the rules, I'm supposed to be doing this weekly reset. And usually that would happen on Saturdays, but because I have a long weekend, I am actually going to spread the tasks out over the course of 3 days instead of doing it all in one day. I have started the reset itself. I went grocery shopping, I did my meal planning, but I still have to do the actual prep as well as tidying up my apartment. So the reset is underway. It's not completely done. But aside from that, we are sticking to this challenge. This is a little bit of a setback. I'll admit that this situation is just not ideal and it's making me want to give up. And I'll admit that today eating just wasn't the greatest. Like I went for easy options and things that were not necessarily the healthiest. But you know what? It's life. We adapt, we move on. And I'm just going to try to adapt the rules a little bit over the next couple of days to be a little bit softer on my body, not put as much pressure on myself, but still accomplish everything that I want to accomplish, because this is a lifestyle. This is a person that I want to become. And this person does not give up. So I'm not pressing pause on the challenge. I did consider it for a while, but you know what? I just really want to make this work and I'm tired of giving up on myself every time. So we are sticking to this. It might be a little bit different than what I had expected, but it's still happening.